let's start the... shouting at Katherine because
been mayhem.
I said there's a fan. Fan's massive, right? It's about 5 foot tall. And she's looking around, where's the fan? I said, really? Literally while that was, wait, really? And then as she went to get the fan, which is just off shot there, the headphones popped out. Anyway.
I can't do anything right.
I'm Iain Lee.
I am Katherine Boyle.
We got a load of new patrons. Apologies, I deleted one of the emails from a new patron. So if you don't get mentioned, I saw you. All right, I see you're heard, you're seen. I want to say hello to Pete. Hello, Pete. It's all we've got. Oh, it's Pete Sharp. Maybe you didn't want to. Anyway, Kev Bones and Simon Hunt. That's 3. And there was another one, but unfortunately, we didn't. And I should say, if you're listening to the show, you can watch us on YouTube. And if you're watching the show, it goes out as a podcast. Just look for Iain Lee and Katherine Boyle. Loads of things come up with a blue background. Support the show at patreon.com/Iain Lee. Sorry, that's incorrect. Patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. Yes. Here's the thing. Because I've been plugging the show a bit recently, doing videos and stuff, and you type in Iain Lee, Katherine Boyle on your podcast app, loads, and I mean loads of different things, 3 counties, talk radio, LBC, all of these things come up. I'm spotty today.
It's been very clammy.
I really think we need a name for the show so that people can type it, so people can, it's easier for us to be findable. Can't use the late night alternative because that will bring up the talk radio stuff.
Also, it's not that late, is it?
No, I think TLNA has lost its. No, I still like TLNA. We're going to talk about that in a second. So we're not going to decide tonight. I would love your suggestions, dear listeners. Send us an email, latenightalternative@gmail.com. Do you agree with me? No, it needs a name.
Yes.
And I got in touch with the boss, the guy who was at the boss at Jack, and I said, can you take my podcasts off because they fuck up my algorithms when people look for me? No. Okay, man. So it's a mess out there. So we need a name. Mark says, I'm a bit obsessed with that tape recorder in the top shelf, a birthday present from a celebrity. There's a cassette in it. When I die, press play. Not before. Don't play it before.
Will it explode?
So we need a name.
Will it burn at the end?
We need a name.
Hello?
Will it explode? Will it burn at the end? That could be applied to so many different... Will it explode? Is it going to burn at the end? So we need...
In the middle of the night, you're going to hear...
If you're listening to this tape, I am dead. Or you've snuck out in the middle of the night. So we need a name for the show. We're not going to make a big thing of it like some people do, but I just have a little ponder over the week, Katherine. Dear listener, dear viewer, have a little ponder and let us know what you think. And also, we're going to change things a little bit. So if you watch us on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/TLN8. We're changing it to twitch.tv/Iain Lee. Don't go there yet, because that's a different... but that's happening. In part, because I've made this declaration. I'm going manifesting.
Yeah.
I want to go back on the telly.
Yeah.
Something has not been sitting right with me recently, and I've been not depressed.
Something's been missing,
isn't it? And I was with Kerry, my supervisor, and we were chatting, and she said, "What do you think it is?" I said, "Oh, I think I've just worked it out, but I don't want to say it. I'm embarrassed." She said, "Say it." I said, "I think I want to be on the telly again." What about Mucky and Lucky? Unfortunately, Mucky's no longer with us, but Lucky is in the garden somewhere because Lucy Apples is scaring all of the other cats. Yes. So I've decided I want to go on the telly again. Now, it's not as easy as phoning up Channel 4. However, some weird things happened. So I told Katherine, but I didn't. I told you on the phone. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you when I was at yours. I was embarrassed, right? What do you make of that?
You're a weirdo.
I was too embarrassed to say I wanted to go back on the telly.
Yeah, that's a you thing. Because it's not a thing.
Before anyone else suggests it, I would rather eat my own shit than go on GB News. So it is a me thing. So I did a little video, some of you may see. Now, at the exact moment, I was in the allotment when I told Katherine. At the exact moment I told Katherine, I got a DM request on Insta. Saw it a bit later, but it was this exact same time. The universe, right? And it was from a producer, I think his name's Jay, saying, "Hi Iain, would you be interested in coming on Matt Willis's podcast to talk about mental health and your journey as a counsellor and stuff like that?"
It's called On the Mend.
And I like Matt Willis. I interviewed him 22 years ago on Rise, and I thought I loved Busted. I got them. I understood them. I liked him a lot, and I think what he's
Harshly suggesting too many cats.
write it down.
We don't need to.
Well, what we need to do is we need to look at, okay, we type that into Spotify podcasts. That's what we do, and we see what comes up. We see let's do it. Let's do it in Pocket Casts. Okay, so we go. Too many. I'm in the wrong thing.
TMC.
No, I don't like the letter thing. I think we've done
Stop
it.
doing that then.
Huh? Too many cats. What's this? Too many cats. Hang on, something's come up.
You are listening to Exercises in Sound, an exploration of narrative sound design.
Two roommates, both of you can't stop.
That sounds.
I think we'll be all right. That's just an episode.
Should we call it
Yeah.
Too Many Cats? All right, if you're watching this, look for Too Many Cats on your podcast. That was nice and easy. Thank you, Harsh. Can we write something off for tax there? So we're going to be on his podcast, right? Going to record it next Wednesday. They're going to film me doing some bits, and I said I'm going to ask, can I film some stuff for you guys? Hopefully that zit has gone. And I said, yeah, I'd love to. And then the producer, got back in touch, right? This is the exact same time I told Katherine. Well, the second message wasn't, but the first one was. He said, "Oh, we have met before. I was a runner on the last series of the 11 o'clock show, the one I flounced off." And he said, "I was just a runner, but you were always really, really nice to me and would say hello to me every time I passed you." That's a weird coincidence, right? I'm looking back at my past. I'm thinking about going back on telly and how that would work. It may not happen. And someone from my very first TV job says, I liked you there. And
You weren't the a-hole you think you were.
Well, then he goes back on to say, and everyone said, you were probably right to leave. I left terribly. I was not right to leave. I should have decided earlier. He said, but everyone always spoke very highly of you afterwards. That's amazing. So there is stuff in the universe. This is happening. I'm having a meeting with my agent in a couple of weeks. I'm getting back on the telly. But it also means I kind of want to give myself a little bit of visibility as I create more content. So I'm going to change the Twitch name to twitch.tv/Iain Lee and maybe do some stuff. I don't know. Not quite sure yet. Anyway, I have so much to talk about. May I go first?
Yeah, go on.
Stuart Millard is a YouTuber who is absolutely fantastic. I'll show you how fantastic Stuart Millard is, right? He's one of those people that finds old TV shows and but he does very, very, very funny commentary. It's much more complicated than I made it sound. I'm going to show you, this is the title, the cover of his latest one. Here we go. Let me just watch. You're just going to watch the very, very opening of this. We're going to get adverts. You can stream from Restream to YouTube and to... There we go, look.
I loathe the
That's...
Oh my God.
There we go. Let's just listen to his intro. He's so good.
I loathe the lazy way of looking at kids' TV by projecting adult darkness onto it. The Poddington Peas were all on drugs, but in some shows, the horror is readily on display. Series which seem...
Anyway, goes on. Stuart Millard. He pointed out something. Sing the Whizbit theme tune to me.
Ha ha, this away, ha ha, that away, ha ha, this away, my oh my.
I'm really getting into the blues, and I've started digging Leadbelly.
And this is little children.
So let's come forward a little bit.
Got to each other's hands They'll sing ha ha
This is from
way.
this is
and
from
ha, ha, that away,
1940.
And the one in the ring, he gonna jump that away. And when he jump that away, the other's gonna jump on around the ring.
It's quite a complicated
And he gonna jump
dance.
to the one, and he gonna catch one by the hand. He's gonna put him in the ring, and he gonna get out in the ring with the other children and go
There's a
around
ring.
and hear what they sing. Ha ha, this is way, ha ha, that away, ha ha, this is way, and then oh then.
Paul Daniels.
When I was a little boy, little boy, little boy. When
exactly
I
Little
was
the
a
bit of
same.
magic
boy,
in his
few
daddy's
years
eye.
old.
Time came to grow a bit.
Papa went and left me, left me, left me. Papa went and left me, so I was told. Ha ha, this way, ha ha.
Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? And Graham points out Leadbelly, or he preferred to be called Leadbetter, was one of the first people to use the word woke in reference to injustice. That's a true story. So thank you,
Wow.
Stuart Millard, for pointing that out. Super Saint says, you were mentioned on 2 podcasts this week. I was listening to Nick Abbott and Frank Skinner. What did they say? That's my first observation for the week, Katherine. I don't want to hog everything. What you got?
So on Tuesday, I went to college for teacher training for the very last time.
Hey, let me just...
And I thought it was going to be a DOS. It was not a DOS. I thought I was just going in for a coffee.
Bring your Spectrum and some walkie-talkies in.
I took 50p and wore my own clothes. But, then I was given 2 deadlines on one day. So I left with a whimper rather than a bang, but I did leave. I've got one more observation left. They're coming on Monday. And I've got an absolutely belting lesson planned. And then that is that.
How does that make you feel as a person?
Pretty good.
I'm so proud of you.
It feels like I've never done anything else.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you because I know it's been a slog, the college. Some of it has been challenging, but not for perhaps the right reason one would want to be challenged in education. But you've shone. You've shone as you've gone through it, and I'm just so always impressed. Every day you impress and amaze me at how wonderful you are.
Thank you.
And this is a huge achievement.
It's pretty good.
You're proper now.
Here's a weird thing.
Proper.
I am almost proper. I've got another year, and they'll give me extra support because I'll be an early careers teacher. That's what they call it, NECT. And then I'm out on my own. But I told you I already got a promotion, right? I've told you this. I am.
You've mentioned this on here, yeah.
I am. What am they calling me? It's all different. What's it? Subject coordinator. Subject coordinator for journalism.
Oh man, I love you. You're so good. I do. You're so good.
Ah, thank you.
Well done.
And as I left, I thought, it's quite a long journey home, so I'm just gonna nip to the loo. It's not very romantic, that bit, but listen to this bit. As I walked down the stairs, I walked into one of my students that had just left.
Whoop, whoop.
And she was really pleased to see me and gave me a big hug and everything. And there it is. There it is. There it is. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I have got an observation from my college tutor, and at the same time a senior member of staff from my school is doing their rounds, and she said, can I come and do that lesson? At first I thought, oh God, no, why I'm already being watched by one person. And then I thought, hang on a minute, Katherine, 2 birds, 1 stone. That's probably the best planned lesson you've done for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Got a really good lesson planned.
Well done, kid.
With a digital randomizer wheel and everything. We're going to have a right laugh.
She's got a randomizer wheel, guys.
Yeah.
She's got a randomizer wheel.
Mm-hmm. I have. I'm going to get them. Here's what we're going to do. So they're journalism students, right? And what I'm trying to do is get them out of the kind of Gen Z thing of being in their own little, ploughing their own furrow. So they're all experts in a very kind of narrow thing because of the way algorithms work and stuff. So if you're there, I know that if I give them free rein, he'll do sport, she'll do football, she'll do fashion, she'll do politics. You know, they all kind of go into their thing. So the randomizer means they have to do something different. And this one is going to be...
When you spin it, you're going to go, randomizer.
I would if there was no grown-ups in the room. But...
Okay.
But what we're going to do is it's all about because I know they also tend to focus their news reports to people their own age because we've got our own radio station at the school, so it's all about that. So I thought let's talk to different audiences. So it's going to be a randomizer wheel for the subject, but also it's going to be either speaking to pensioners or preschoolers, and they're explaining brain rot.
Love it.
So it's going to be explaining like
They're very, very
skibbity
lucky.
toilet to pensioners.
They're very. Just make sure they. If one isn't great, go. It's a bit mid.
It was mid.
They're very, very lucky to have you.
Ah,
you know,
thanks.
but they are, because that you come up with these inventive, creative ways of doing all of these things and make it really interesting.
Well, you know what that is?
Yeah.
20 years in live radio. What we're going to do? We've got nothing for the next 15 minutes.
Next 15
that.
minutes, next 3
I
hours.
feel like, yeah, some of my lessons are basically the result of let's fill for 40 minutes. But it tends to work. We have a laugh and they don't forget.
Can we talk about Facebook Marketplace again? There's been another. I think I may have
Why
started.
do you keep going back? Why do you keep going back?
So-
you know what's going to happen.
I think I mentioned last week I found a record. Yeah, I did mention it because Dave said don't give a cross. It's not. So I put a record player on there. It was all looking so good. Kirsten was going to collect it. So record player free. Would you be Kirsten and I'll be?
Yeah, go on.
Don't worry, no last name, so we're all good. You be Kirsten, I'll be me.
Hi there, is this still available? If so, when would be convenient to collect? Thanks in advance, Kirst. Kiss.
It is. I'm here. When would be convenient?
I'm going to be honest, I haven't currently got time into my plans tomorrow yet, despite chasing slap face emoji. But the evening is free, or Sunday I'm flexible. What works best for you, big kiss? Thanks for getting back to me so quickly, small kiss.
I'm
A lot
around.
of kisses,
so this
by
is
the way.
Friday, and we're talking about.
There's a lot of kisses.
It's not appropriate. I noticed there's none from me. So this is Friday, and we're talking about Saturday. I'm around tomorrow. So it's Saturday. I'm around tomorrow evening for about 7. Is that any good?
Perfect, thank you. Can I have the full address, please? And then can I message when I'm en route tomorrow? Kiss.
Here's the address.
Brilliant, thank you. See you tomorrow. Kiss.
So 7 o'clock Saturday. Now, Saturday I was out with the boys. We were doing an escape room. And we weren't. They were doing a head-on-head challenge. It was brilliant. It was looking like we wouldn't quite make it for 7. So I said, looks like I may be a little late home. This is at 4:45. So it's 2 hours before. It's a little bit cheeky, but looks like I may be a little bit late home. Can we say 8 p.m. to be safe? Sorry for any inconvenience. She then replies at 11 minutes past 5, bearing in mind we had agreed 7, right? 11 minutes past 5, she says,
I've actually been asked on a date tonight now, which is the first in a long time. Slap face, crying, laughing emoji. Would it be possible to Sunday evening instead? ? Big kiss.
sorry, I won't. Oh, why did I put that?
Well, she's missed out of whatever she
Oh,
wants
okay.
to do.
Sorry, I won't. Oh, here we go.
Okay, can you bear, spelt as in taking your clothes off, with me? I'll see if I can push back all
This is
one word
5:15.
timings this evening.
This is
small kiss.
5:15, right? The next day at 9:38 in the evening, I just write, remarkable, really. Block. That shit show of a place it's awful. What is wrong with these people? Never again.
How much were you charging for that?
£0 and 0 pennies.
And yet, the kerfuffle.
But then it worked out because my eldest went, oh, you're getting rid of that? I said, yeah, but the person's let me down. I said, I've got a friend that'll have that. I said, it's yours. My boy. It's yours.
There we go.
It's yours. Have it. Never. I am now 52. I'm over 50. I've not had this before, actually. But I'm over 50. And when you're over 50, you get, they like to check up on you. The nanny state likes to nanny you, right? And so, why is that?
Well, it's gone from nanny, actually, hasn't it? It's gone more to carer.
All right, thank you.
Well, it has.
Okie dokie. Here it is. So I've been sent a bowel cancer screening test. And do you know what? Absolutely fine. Any free tests the NHS want to do on me, I grab them, right? But you don't go into, let me download these properly. 1, 2. You don't go into the doctors or hospital. You it's a poo sample, right? Let's not mess around. It's a poo sample.
Poo by post.
Poo by post. And so they send. I got the kit today. Now the instructions are very, very precise, right? Here are the instructions. Instructions on how to use it. Do not remove the liquid from the tube. Write sample collection date on the bottle and biro. Use a container or layers of toilet paper to catch your poo. Do not let your poo touch the toilet water. Twist cap to open the sample bottle. Collect sample by scraping the stick along the poo until...
Too many poos. This is a medical test, right? Why are we referring to it as poo? Why not poo? Why not poo-poo? If we're going to go to poo...
Call it shit. You should be able to tick a box before they send it to you saying what you're happy with. Collect sample by scraping the stick along the poo until all grooves are covered. We only need a little poo to test, and then in bold, please do not add extra.
Too much shit.
I'm tempted to just do a shit in a jiffy bag.
Just put some in some cling film.
Please. Well, some people do that and freeze it. It's called iglooing.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I don't think she did,
I
but
do.
we were told
I think
that.
you told me that before. Dirty gets.
So we only need a little poo to test. Please do not. If you send extra, right? Do they refuse? You know you got to put that in. You know what you put it in, don't you? My Putin. Where's my Putin?
You're bloody.
Nelly says, do they accept diarrhea? Why, have you got some? They're not asking for donations, Nelly.
Graham says in Scotland they put it in a jobby jar. A jobby.
So, yeah.
Well, that's delightful. What a beautiful and poetic little vignette you've supplied us with.
Oh, we ordered Uber Eats. We ordered Uber Eats, right? And we're watching the map. He's here in the street, but he's not knocked. It says he's in the street. Couldn't be bothered to stand up. Then the
windows
phone,
were open, so we could hear
well, the phone. You heard the car pull up.
Yeah.
Then the phone rang. This is a call from Uber Eats. I'm connecting you to your driver. Bloke went, hello? I went, hello? And he went, hello. But I heard him out the window. And when are you outside? He went, yeah. I said, this is weird,
Standing well back.
I said, all right, well, come on, open the door. Then you went and opened the door, Katherine. Tell the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you saw a grown man doing.
He was standing about 3 meters away because Willow was on one side of the door and Yoko was on the other. They were like sort of stone lions guarding the door. And he was quite clearly terrified.
He was shitting himself, wasn't he? Your cats wouldn't approach.
They're looking at me. I found the other day on my phone a photograph of a Royal Mail card, and it's saying that it had didn't leave in safe place, left in garage because cat was guarding shed. And that was Willow. Willow has got one of those faces. She doesn't look like the most for the friendliest.
Oh,
grumpy.
Willow loves me. Willow came and stayed with me for a week before Katherine had her because you chose her. Then you went on holiday. So Willow stayed with me for a week. It's what encouraged me to get George and Patty.
She's a British blue, so she was a little furball.
And she has never forgotten the kindness I bestowed upon her, and she loves me.
She likes men. She really likes men.
She's a man-eater.
She's plumb out of luck because there's 3 women in our house. But yeah, she's got one of those faces.
Oh, she's guarding.
They were.
I love it, man. I love it. Things here with the cats are calming down. Patty's been down a few times for meals, so we're making progress with there. I don't know what time we started, so I've got we probably got another 5-10 minutes of this free one for you freeloaders. Sign up to patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. I've been on TikTok a lot, right? And it's getting me angry.
Yeah, there's a new thing.
Because there's so is the new thing popping up in your algorithm? So it's me because I clicked on it, right?
Yeah.
So this new thing, am I in the right account?
Oh, hey, thanks for staying behind after class. I was wondering, do you have a couple of minutes
Apparently
to help
my
me fight
daughter's
international crime
friends
and
at school have
state-sponsored
started using that
meddling?
as a catchphrase.
I'm not even joking.
Catch you later.
Help me
No,
save the
thanks for
world,
staying behind
one
the class.
scroll at a time.
Let me just see. Oh
my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you was at... Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right, I think we're in the right thing. Sorry, you can probably hear that shit, can't you? So it's a new thing that's... Oh, Visionary says, loving your videos. Give your videos a little plug on TikTok because you do these very, very entertaining, informative, and funny videos?
Well, only really because I'm trying to compile a little collection of them for my journalism students, because when you go on TikTok, you see these things happening all the time and they're driving me insane. Like people holding their lapel mics like this. You know, that's a visual hook. They stick it on a wooden spoon sometimes.
There's a video of Steve Coogan on the New York Underground holding it. It's stuck behind a ticket.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's only a visual hook because it makes me go, what the hell are you doing? And they keep moving it about.
I remember the hours of studio work and outside work with a sound man.
Sticking it, yeah. It has to go here.
We can see it. Can you move?
It has to go here. And also people getting themselves potentially into quite a lot of trouble online by spouting bullshit, but saying, in my opinion or allegedly. That will not save you. Now, listen, that's fair enough for, the great unwashed. But if my journalism students do it in my class, I will put a rocket under their seats.
Where everyone sits.
Oh, sorry.
That is partly the reason why I've been making these videos.
And they're very, very entertaining. How would people find those videos?
I am Journo Miss on TikTok. There you go. Misinformation versus disinformation.
That was a good one, that.
Yeah.
That was my favourite.
They're handy. I've got another one coming, which is about where you can and can't film, because some people think that just because the public can go into a cafe stroke shop, they can film in there.
Do they really?
You can. Yes, I've heard people rowing in there.
I want to... Look, this is the first TikTok I ever did when I didn't understand it. Let's have a look at this. My previous TikTok account, I'm unable to...
Yeah, but I've seen things like this get very successful.
So have a very, very Merry Christmas on TikTok.
I'm adorable. No wonder you go out with me. I am bloody adorable. I don't remember what my login is to TikTok. No, but I tell you what, we'll save that. We'll do that for the Patreons. We'll go into detail for the Patreons. But it is this, and it's what is the definition of pyramid selling?
Right. So pyramid selling.
This might just fall slightly outside of it.
As opposed to multi-level marketing. Now, multi-level marketing is when there is an actual product that they're selling. So they've got a garage full of something or other, right?
Yeah.
Pyramid schemes are when it's all about recruitment in order to accumulate a certain amount of money. So you're not actually selling a product.
I would say this falls between the two stools, and the company that runs it knows that. Jim says we've been live 32 minutes. You're getting a little bit of bonus, people, and then we're going to go into more detail for the Patreons. It's primarily one company, but there are some others. So my TikTok feed is full of people, I'll be more specific in a moment, selling, trying to sell something. It's 80% women, 20% men. The main company behind it, I think, is SMGB, and it's a lot of the women are labelling that as smart move, girly business, or something like that. I know, but I don't think that's the official name. There are other companies doing this, but they will say they will spend their whole thing selling you something, right? Quite often they won't say what they're selling. They say they have a product, but they won't say what it is, most of them. But if you want to change your life around, you can buy the course. I went on a course and learnt this. And in the last 3 months, I swear to God someone said this, the last 3 months I've made £4,000 a month just by doing TikToks. And if you want to get the business knowledge to know how to sell, because I've got my product, but if you want to learn how to sell, then sign up for this course, which you can buy from me, which is £149, which is £299. I think there's a tier that's £329, right? And you go in. I did it a couple of times in women's streams, and I thought that's not cool, actually, man. It's scammy and it's stinky, but it's not cool. So I'm avoiding doing that. So I did do it with a couple of women and some men. You say, what are you selling? well, I'm selling my product, and if you want to learn how to sell, you can sign up for this course.
Is that what the product is, learning how to sell?
No, it isn't.
Right.
But it is.
Yeah.
So you go, and we're going to read a conversation I had with the guy in a minute. So this guy, they're all the same conversation, the guy. But what's your product? What are you selling? It's, look, if you want to learn how to, clearly you're not into this. Your mind is closed. If you want to learn how to sell and change your life around and make forth that like I am, so what is the product? And they can't tell you because for most of them, there is no product. The product is the course. Now, is that pyramid? If I sold you the course for £300, right, I get £300. If you sell the course for £300, you get £300. And that's how they're arguing it isn't a pyramid, because I don't get a percentage of your sale. That's multi-level, isn't it? That would be multi-level if I got a percentage of your sale.
But are they getting money for... they're getting money for recruiting people?
I don't think in this SMGB one they are. Someone will know better.
They've paid for the course. They've paid.
I've bought the course for £300, so I sell 10 people the course for £300. I make £3,000. Now the thing is, of course, there's only a finite number of people that are going to buy it. There's only a finite number of people, and I don't think that's multi-level because I don't get a cut of your cut.
Multi-level marketing would be there would be a product. So, for example, like when
Herbalife.
A friend of mine was selling aloe vera juice for a while.
Yeah.
When it's, I mean, even to an extent, some cosmetics companies, well-known ones, are multi-level marketing because they are agents of the company.
I'm just finding the conversation that we're going to...
And they have to buy the product in and then they sell it on. So you get people who end up, you buy your stock and you end up with it backed up.
So some of these people, they sort of have products. Now, this is the guy, I can't see his name because he's blocked me, right? And I was in his stream. What's your product? Well, look, if you want to learn how to sell stuff and become a good salesman like me, you can buy the course off me. What's the product you are selling? Ignored. This smells like a pyramid scheme. Ignored. Well, then he messaged me after the stream. I don't know his name. You be him, and then I'll read my bits. Okay. So this was after I'd said it was a pyramid scheme and it was a bit scammy.
Hey, Iain. Good afternoon. Thanks for supporting my live. I'm pretty new to digital marketing too. I stumbled upon this amazing training.
So this is obviously a copy and paste thing he sends to everyone.
Yeah, because did he talk like this?
Yeah. Well, he talked like a prick.
I stumbled across this amazing training that really opened my eyes to the online business world. And get this, not only do you learn exactly how to get started, but you can also sell the training yourself for pure
So
profit.
there's the thing. He's suggesting that you get this course and then you make your own product and you can sell it, but you can also sell the course we're in.
I'll even throw in some extra goodies for you completely free just to help you hit the ground running. The journey has been crazy rewarding for me.
Gotta use the word journey. And girls, listen, if you're at home on your own, you can do this when baby's sleeping. You can do this when little Johnny is at school. All of this shit.
Yeah, it frees you up. You can be able to enjoy your home life. And I genuinely love helping others to start their own business too. If you've got any questions at all, I'd love to help. Just drop me a message.
Bearing in mind... he's telling me he's selling something. He's telling me he signed up for this course and it's helped him be a better salesman. Mm-hmm. Has he named the product in there?
No.
Okay. I've replied, haha, I'm okay, mate. Then I went back. What are you selling? A course to tell people how to sell the same course. Is that it?
No, mate. This course gives you real education on digital marketing, helping you understand how to market effectively, build strategies that work.
The question was, what are you selling?
Using just your phone and Wi-Fi. You'll learn how to, and this has got bullet points, create and launch your own digital products.
What are you selling?
Choose a niche that fits your interests and strengths.
What are you selling?
Understand the fundamentals of marketing and online sales.
What are you selling? Okay. Oh. Okay, we've got one.
I've gone two.
It goes on for a bit. So your digital product is the course that tells you how to sell a course. You bought a course that teaches you how to sell on TikTok and you are reselling that course. Is that right?
Well, not exactly, but that is a bonus that I can resell the course. The course is pure education on digital marketing, ?
What's the product?
Maybe download the free sneak peek, see what's inside.
Paul Burdell's obviously abroad. He's just sent me his location.
A jammy peg.
Oh.
Peg.
Oh,
a jammy pin.
Oh, I've seen it. I'm not coming in at this cold. So hang on. What else are you selling? You're saying selling the course is a bonus, but that isn't all you're selling.
No, I've made my own digital product.
Which is?
On ulcerative colitis.
Okay, go on. And also, you didn't mention that when I asked you in the stream. And your first long paragraph here didn't mention that. You tried to sell me the course. So, what's your product?
I do it separate, but I will start.
So you haven't started the colitis thing yet? Also, you haven't said what the colitis thing is. This is meant to be your product. You're trying to sell to me and you still haven't named or described your product.
I have, just not promoted it as much, but I will do.
Okay, third time of I think it's the fifth. What's the product? Where can I see it? This is pretty shit salesmanship, dude.
It's called Healing from Within and Managing Ulcerative Colitis Naturally. The link's in my bio. It's a low-ticket e-guide. Aha! Have you got UC? I'm not trying to sell anything to you, as I know you're not interested. It's interesting, isn't it, that this now doesn't seem as slick.
No.
It's full of spelling mistakes. It's all over the shop.
Okay, so you say your main product is the colitis thing. It's taken 25 minutes and me asking you several times what your product is to get a very vague, meaningless word salad.
Ooh, ah, a melt butt.
I then said, you're selling the course, that's it. You bought a course that teaches you how to sell the course, but he blocked me by that point.
Right.
And
okay, so there's an ebook.
Account not found.
You can
Guys, if you want to... Sorry, go on.
You can get ChatGPT to make you an ebook.
Guys, if you want to go and check out this guy, I'm not sending you to go and attack him or anything. Go and... He's a salesman. He wants an audience. It's biggs.elevate.digital. At Biggs, B-I-G-G-S, .elevate.digital. Please don't go and attack him and send him abuse. Question him. Question him. Because while it may not be a scam, it's fucking dishonest. It's really stinky and it's really dishonest. It's not a scam because you get something. But it is a bit scammy because what you get is the thing that you're selling.
But also, he didn't lead with the product, right?
Because he hasn't fucking got
Well, what I'm saying is, so if the product is the ulcerative colitis, indeed, if it is this e-guide, you lead with that, and then you... It's
But
not,
it isn't.
is it?
It's the
clearly
course.
not. But I wonder whether they've been told... This is part of the deal, the part of the course. Maybe that's the £300 worth of course that you buy, is to have something in your back pocket in case.
In case you get called out on it.
Yeah.
You actually, I hadn't noticed. You're right. All of the stuff about the course was perfectly written, great grammar.
And then when he's
it's him,
freestyling about ulcerative colitis, his capital letters are all over the place, and he starts getting rude.
There is so much of it. I am going to watch Women's Straight. I'm not going to get involved because actually that is quite aggressive. But
That's been going on for years, the women thing.
Of course it has.
Because I remember being sent undercover when I was working for the BBC. I was working for Stephen Rhodes.
Yeah.
This shows you how long ago it was. And there was a big evening. I think it was I think it might have been at Milton Keynes Stadium, and they'd hired a room, and it was full of women, and it was women bringing their friends in, which of course is a fail-safe way to get people to look after each other. Because here's the thing, you're not going to dob your mate in. And even if you come to the point where you realise that you're not going to make this money back that you just invested, you're less likely to kick off if your friend's the one that brought you into it and is also in the same boat. It's so sneaky.
It is, and the thing that upsets is the thing that upsets me about the women thing more. Maybe it's I don't know, misogyny. I don't know, but that thing of selling to mums.
Yeah.
Selling a dream. So yeah, do you know what? I bet some people have made $4,000 a month.
Here's the thing they were saying at that, and I'm not saying that this is what's going on with this, but at that course we went to, I was mic'd up, so I went in my handbag. I had a recording device, and they were saying, don't tell your husband. Because they don't understand it. And men don't like women taking control. Men don't like you to be potentially making more money than them. So don't tell him. And there's the other thing. So first of all, you've been recruited by your bestie. And second of all, you've either not told the truth or told a lie to your husband. So if it all goes tits up, what are you going to do?
Smart. Move, girly business. That's it. We're done. We've done more. We're going to carry on, and we might watch for the Patreons. We might try and find some of the people selling this, so you get an idea. Some are very passive. Some are. There's one person who I sent to Kate for really aggressive. It's unpleasant. So we're going to watch that. If you want to sign up and support the show, we do 2.5, 3 hours every Friday. Go to patreon.com/Iain and Katherine, and at some point next week, the new name for the podcast. So we're going to call it Too Many Cats with Iain and Katherine. I feel our name should be in there somewhere, shouldn't it? Should we do that? All right.
Or Iain and Katherine have got too many cats.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have a little look, see what looks best. If I get it sorted out this weekend, that's what I'm going to say on that. Well, let's. Thank you, Freeload. Thank you for people that are watching this. If you're a Patreon and you're in the live stream, then, dear God, stay where you are. I'm not going to play the theme tune because the graphics